那因为前几个月的时候呢 ，Are you using laptop or HDMI？ 那因为前几个月那个台北设计之都就写信来请我推荐一些关于这个写程式改造社会啊这个方面的讲者，那我就推荐了几位，包括Julia。那所以，总之呢，他今天就昨天就来台北，然后明天会在那个 Where's the venue？
The Trade Center。
OK， 在那个国际会议中心 TICC 那个讲那个就是 World Design Forum， 然后那个唐凤好像也会去讲，所以总之就是趁这个机会就请他来这个黑歌手，然后跟我们分享一下他最近在做的事情。那包括因为下午如果有听短讲的话，IPA有讲到说我们之后会 launch 的一个CiviTech 的抢助金，那其实蛮多有参考他们现在在德国做的这个 prototype fund。This is the HDMI. It's always for the project.
Hi, thanks for the introduction. I had the pleasure to be here for the Gov0 Summit, and it was very inspiring. I'm gonna tell you a bit about what we did after the summit, because we were inspired to host a similar event by ourselves. So I'm from Berlin. I arrived 2 days ago, no, yesterday. It's always a bit tricky to keep track of the time. And I'm here for the design conference, and a couple of mayors spoke today how important design is. And with design, I think they also mean civic design, and they also mean civic tech. And tomorrow I'm going to present, and I want to show you two new projects from Code for Germany. At first I'm going to talk a little bit about laws, but then there's some best practices. And one best practice I want to show you is something from the south of Germany, from the city of Stuttgart. We have a Code for Germany lab there, and Stuttgart is a city that's well known for bad air pollution. And the city has some measuring stations, but they measure just once a day, and they're located next to big streets. So the media attention is focusing on those air pollution hotspot areas, but there's very little data on other areas in the city. So the lab in Stuttgart had the idea to prototype with do-it-yourself air quality sensors, because the sensors get cheaper and cheaper. So they bought technology and hardware and sat together for a couple of months until they had figured out a good way to build a sensor that gives you reliable data. And they did a crowdfunding campaign, and I remember when they told me that they wanted to do a crowdfunding campaign, I was like, oh god, another crowdfunding campaign. That's always so much work, and you never know what you get out of it. But for them it worked. They almost raised 10,000 euros to produce 300 fine dust air quality sensors that they would hand out to citizens. So after they raised the money, they bought all the material. They are now working on assembling the sensors. This is what the sensors look like. So the citizens in Stuttgart can become patron of a sensor and install it in front of their house. The first sensors are already out there and delivering live data. So there is a prototype or a website which you can check for live sensoring data. And yeah, they are working on a rollout of all the 300 sensors. So that's what's going on in Stuttgart. And yesterday, a major German TV broadcasted a piece about the sensoring project in Stuttgart. So I think a really nice project where they did not only build all the sensors and raise the money, but they managed to collaborate with another community. There's a big environmentalist community, so the civic tech and the environmentalist community got together to work on this sensor project. And there's another project, this one is from Berlin, that I quickly want to show you because I think the story is very funny of how it came apart. So in Berlin has a big problem with schools that are in a pretty bad condition, and there's a high need for renovation. So the city, they estimate the renovation needs up to 5 billion euros for the city. That makes 11,000 euros per pupil, so it's a massive project. And the city has very detailed data on the specific renovation needs of the school buildings, but they would only hand out or publish very highly aggregated data on the district level. And since we knew that they are only handing out the aggregated data, we were wondering, or we were pretty surprised to see this visualization by someone from Code for Germany in Berlin with the very detailed numbers per school building. So I got in touch with the developer and he told me this very funny story. When the city released, when they had the press release with the numbers, they also handed out the Excel sheet. Very simple, just with the aggregated numbers from the district. But when you would open the same Excel sheet in Apple numbers, you saw that there are more rows. And the rows were all empty in Apple numbers. But when you play around with the visibility settings, you see that they forgot to take out the data. So the detailed data was in the Excel sheet that they published, which was great. I love the story. And Thomas, who found that out, is a representative of a parents' committee in a school. So for him it was really cool to have the data, because now they can actually base their decisions on the more detailed data and can also check whether the data is correct. And to give others access to the data, he built a simple visualization, a simple map where you can pick a school and then you see like a little bill for each building, like what are the renovation needs, and you can see the detailed data. And he sent out a FOI request for even more data now. So we're waiting for an even more detailed map of this. These are two examples from Germany. And as Sikao already mentioned, we launched a prototype fund 2 months ago to support open source prototype civic tech projects. And we're going to hand out 1.2 million together with the Ministry for Education and Research. It was not too hard to convince them actually. And there are 4 rounds. The first round just closed and we got 500 applications for 10 grants. So pretty impressive feedback, and we hope that we can convince the ministry to even give out more money or to set up some more funding programs, because the need is there. And last thing, we were very inspired by the GovZero Summit, so we thought, let's also do a data summit in Berlin, and I hope some of you here can join us in Berlin in April. We're hosting a data summit together with the Ministry for Transportation and Digital Infrastructure, and to bring together government officials, people from companies, the civic tech community, and thanks for inspiring us to do that. And I heard that you are really into cats and brought some cat chocolate from Germany. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think it's a good idea to eat the cat.
It's cantonics.
OK，
Chocolate.
好，那非常谢谢 Julia 告诉我们几个最近在德国的一些发展。那还有包括这个 prototype fund 非常令人惊艳的，收到500份的这个申请虽然他们第一轮只有给就是10个，所以非常的惊人。好，那我们就。